A boy is home after a multi-year international search for a father who's charged with abduction. Plus, the province has plans to build out emergency capacity in multiple hospitals to try and fix the healthcare crisis. And the first shipment of Canadian beef to China is being prepared after years of bans. How the industry is reacting ahead.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Jacqueline Wilson.
We begin with a huge update to a case Calgary police have quietly been working on behind the scenes since 2023. A Calgary man is now in custody facing parental child abduction charge more than 2 years after police say he fled the country with his son. The case began in December 2023 when 62-year-old Mohammed Zia-ur-Rahman allegedly took his then 5-year-old son from Calgary without permission. Investigators say he traveled to Montreal before leaving Canada for Turkey and cutting off contact with the child's mother. Evidence later showed the abduction was planned, including buying property overseas, obtaining new passports, and using forged documents. More than 2 years with the help of international partners, police tracked the pair through multiple countries, and last month the man and child were located at an airport in Mauritius. It's an island off Madagascar.
The boy is doing quite well. Obviously, when he first was reunited with mom back in Mauritius, it was very difficult. It was the first time he saw his mom in over 2 years. I did meet them at the airport when they arrived in Calgary, and he is doing quite well. And he's been reacquainted with his siblings, his family, and is registered back in school.
Mohammed Zia-ur-Rahman has been charged with parental child abduction and was extradited back to Calgary. The boy and his mother, as we have heard, have also returned to Calgary. A Brooks man is facing human trafficking charges, and RCMP believe there may be more victims. Chad Jensen faces a number of charges, including sexual assault. Mounties say the offenses stem from 5 years of allegations. They say a woman came forward to report the man that she was in a relationship with had allegedly forced her to have sexual intercourse with men for money, which he controlled and orchestrated. Calgary police are investigating a series of extortion-related crimes targeting members of the South Asian community. Officers say that there have been 12 reported extortion attempts since July. Of those, 9 involve someone shooting homes, businesses, or vehicles. No injuries have been reported. Investigators say victims have received threats via WhatsApp and international calls. A 22-year-old man has pleaded guilty to aggravated assault in the brutal beating of a city bus driver. Daryl Flatt also pleaded guilty to breaching a releasing order. Yesterday, a co-accused 20-year-old Curtis Spence pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of robbery. Sentencing for both men is set for May. The transit union says that the bus driver continues to recover after he was stabbed and beaten with a pipe in the Northeast in May of last year. Alberta's doctors call them death zones, the hallways and the waiting rooms of hospitals across the province. But now new spaces are coming to help alleviate the pressure. The province has plans to build out emergency capacity in multiple hospitals, but critics are questioning the intent and the timing. Tim Brooke reports.
These are some of the 97 new patient beds coming to the Peter Lougheed Centre. The Minister of Hospital and Surgical Services says aggressive recruiting is underway to staff the wing.
And we'll continue to use bursaries, incentives, actively promote the benefits of working in Alberta and living here. It's a number of different solutions that we're working on to free up capacity and build capacity.
The new spaces will include emergency capacity, something Alberta is in dire need of. There's just one issue.
Yeah, I believe the plan for this facility is for it to be operational by late February 24th, I think is roughly the date that I saw.
Doctors say they need immediate help. More than 1,000 spaces are currently in the planning or design phase, but they're of no use right now as wait times balloon and overcrowding remains a major issue.
They make us feel not listened to, diminished, just like our patients are.
Frustrations are boiling over Workers are still calling for emergency measures, expanded hours, and centralized command.
The emergency physicians have already made it loud and clear how bad the conditions are, how much our patients are suffering. I think we need to find a way to move this narrative forward to what are we going to change.
The leader of the opposition believes the problems are serious enough to reconvene the legislature. He wants an in-depth health conversation and debate.
The answers we get from one of the four health ministers is very much, oh, this is business as usual. We'll tinker a little on the edges. We'll do a little bit here and there, and we'll fix this. But the time for tinkering on the edges is long gone.
Many in healthcare say the system just isn't working, but there's no consensus on how to fix it.
If someone requires critical care, urgent care, they should seek it, and they should have confidence that they will get it.
Tim Brooke, CTV News, Calgary.
A new petition launched by the Canadian Union of Public Employees is urging the province to call a state of emergency. As of tonight, it's nearly reached its goal of 10,000 signatures, but the province says that isn't needed. Well, after a devastating fire in December, Redwood Meadows Emergency Services has begun the process of rebuilding. Tonight, crews hosted a push-in ceremony of a new water tanker. This is a tradition from the days of hand-pushing horse-drawn apparatus back into the station after a call. Now it celebrates new equipment, teamwork, and community. The fire on December 17th was potentially from an electrical malfunction, and the team lost the backhaul, including 4 fire trucks.
Right now, Redwood Meadows Emergency Services is in service. We're ready to respond and capable of responding.
Evans says this was the most important piece of equipment to be replaced. Fundraising efforts are underway to recoup the $1.5 million insurance shortfall to replace what was lost. An abandoned house caught fire today in the southeast community of Radisson Heights. Around 2 this afternoon, the fire crews were called to the house on 16th Avenue. Firefighters were focused on that smoke pouring out of the roof. Holes were cut in so that they could pour water into the house and get those flames under control. It's not exactly clear how that fire got started. Calgary's real estate market is settling down after a few wild years. And as Stephanie Thomas reports, Calgary is still a top pick for people from outside of Alberta to find affordable housing.
Imogen Priestley specifically chose Calgary to move to from Northern England.
It's either we stay in England and buy, or we move somewhere we really want to move to and we rent for a little bit and then buy.
Since arriving late last year, she is house hunting in full force.
But we're like on Zillow every night looking anyway. So.
According to the chief economist for the Calgary Real Estate Board, the forecast for 2026 will have conditions that are good for both buyers and sellers.
Stability is a good place to be in.
Calgary continued to see rapid population growth from overseas and within Canada, but interprovincial migration has slowed down.
So interprovincial migrants tend to have more of an impact in terms of housing demand, whereas international, they tend to be renters first. So we see that impact on the rental market, and I think that is something that is weighing into why our conditions are shifting a bit.
Concerns about a global trade war since last spring have also not harmed the economy as much as experts feared. However, inflation is still hurting Calgary households.
The number one issue in Canada is still cost of living. So people are going to be looking for cheaper places to live. Alberta is that place relative to BC and Ontario. The key thing to watch, though, is jobs.
Real estate agents say the sense of calm heading into the new year is a good thing.
I think we're just in a period of transition. We're getting back to a sense of normal, because the last 2022 to 2024 were absolutely insane, and that's just not sustainable.
And that a balanced market is still busy, just less busy than the peak.
It took us a couple of months to compete against these investors and buyers that were so conditioned to a competitive market. But I'll tell you this, I am seeing an underlying trend that the phones are ringing more.
Stephanie Thomas, CTV News, Calgary.
The benchmark price for a single detached house in Calgary is $750,000. Experts forecast a 1% increase for the year ahead. A skier made it out uninjured after getting caught in an avalanche in Lake Louise today.
Oh, avalanche, 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 avalanche.
Well, Parks Canada says the skier triggered the slide while just outside the ski area boundary. It was rated as a 2 on a scale of 5, which Avalanche Canada says is about the size of a football field. The skier was carried to the bottom, buried to their waist, and lost their skis, but otherwise not hurt. The recent warmer weather has led to unstable snowpack, and anyone in the backcountry is advised to be careful. Well, I'm so glad that person is okay in that video. What are avalanche conditions like out there?
Right now they're moderate. So let me show you the graphic here, because this is from avalanche.ca. And from K-Country all the way up through Banff and Jasper, you can see the yellow there, suggesting moderate risk at this point. So definitely take those extra precautions if you are heading out into the backcountry and know your risk, because there are some weak layers in the snowpack. All right, when we're looking at Calgary, the cooling trend has begun, as you can see. So tomorrow we will not have a daytime high above freezing. And this is just beginning of the cool down. So -3 is our daytime high. Winds will be very gusty throughout the overnight hours, but calming down to 40 km/h gusts for tomorrow. Your full, much cooler, longer range forecast is just ahead.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Danielle. Well, Canada beef will soon be on the move to China. How the industry is reacting after years of bans. Next.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
The first shipment of Canadian beef to China in more than 4 years is being prepared. Federal Agriculture Minister Heath MacDonald says China is moving quickly after Ottawa struck a deal with Beijing to reduce tariffs. MacDonald said he is aware of a Canadian company shipping its first load of beef to China next week. China banned Canadian beef in late 2021 after an atypical case of BSE, also known as mad cow disease, was found on an Alberta farm.
That's how quickly this whole process has taken place. It's very interesting because when the door opened, it opened, and business people, and I got to give kudos to our stakeholders, farmers and processors, ranchers. They're ready.
We welcomed them reopening. To be honest, it should have been reopened 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago. There was never scientific justification for maintaining the closure.
A Chinese importer has also bought a shipment of about 60,000 metric tons of Canadian canola. It's the first order since China halted imports in October in the dispute over tariffs. Meanwhile, a report from the University of Calgary is warning about the global market for Canadian canola exports. The report found that Canada is over-reliant on China and the U.S. as markets for canola, following Canada's agreement with the Chinese government. Now, China and the U.S. will account for 90% of our canola exports, and options to send the crop elsewhere are limited. Most canola in Canada is genetically modified, and the European Union has restrictions on genetically modified crops. The report also says other countries have limited infrastructure to turn the crop into an oil. The recall petition against Alberta's education minister has come up short. The organizer of the petition against Dimitrios Nicolaides says that she collected about 6,500 signatures, but that is well short of the 16,000 needed to force a recall vote in Calgary-Bow. Still, she believes her initiative was a success.
It tells me that people do care, and this is a growing initiative, and obviously not just in Bow.
So far, 26 recall petitions have been filed against MLAs. 24 of them target UCP MLAs, including Danielle Smith. Meanwhile, Dimitrios Nicolaides and a group of 10 other hikers have reached the summit of Africa's highest peak. The group summited Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania as part of a fundraising effort called Melanie's Ascent. It's in honor of Nicolaides' murdered sister. It took the group 8 days to reach the peak at more than 19,000 feet elevation. They also reached their fundraising target of $300,000 for Fear Is Not Love to help women facing domestic abuse. 40-year-old Melanie Nicolaides was killed by her estranged husband outside of a Calgary school 2 years ago. The American Academy of Pediatrics has released a new policy statement about screen time for children. The new policy indicates that kids need more real-world interactions in early childhood. Screen time impacts sleep, language, and social skills, and more angry outbursts. It finds that school-age kids with too much screen time lose attention faster, struggle in school, and are at higher risk of weight gain. Teenagers with too much screen time can face higher levels of depression and anxiety. The American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry recommends screen time for kids aged 6 to 15 be less than 2 hours. The U of C's Sherry Madigan was the only Canadian researcher involved in creating the policy.
So previous guidance largely focused on how much screen time kids should have and what parents should do. And this policy, what's new is it takes a real system-wide approach and recognizes that kids' digital lives are really shaped not just by families, but by schools, by industry design choices, and by public policy as well.
The policy suggests thinking carefully before handling your child their phone, model healthy digital habits and parental controls, and carve out screen-free time for the entire family. All right, stay with us. Danielle Savoni is along next with her Skywatch forecast.
All right, today we had a lot of warmth in southern BC, parts of Alberta, and much colder off to the east, as you can see here. And we will get those colder temperatures. The cold stretch is just beginning, kicking off by a cold front that's swiping through now and throughout the overnight hours, and that's going to usher in a much cooler air mass. So this will be the last time for about a 5 to 6 day stretch that we have a daytime high above the freezing mark in the city. All right, so what's happening for tonight is the wind gusts. They've already picked up. There will continually pick up. So 70 kilometer per hour gusts in Calgary tonight, 90 in through Drumheller, Brooks, Medicine Hat. Basically, the further east you go, the gustier it gets because the cold front will be swiping through. So it will create these wind gusts as it moves through, also sparking up some snow and potentially squall-like activity, making for some very treacherous driving conditions in some isolated areas. So we have the squall advisory or the watch in place really from Medicine Hat all the way up to Oyen and Hanna, because we're looking at these very gusty conditions combined with some snowfall, which could reduce visibility down to 0 throughout these overnight hours. And as you can see, the wind warning in the purple basically in place for areas to the east of Calgary. Here's a look at the system, the core of it way up to the north, the cold front starting to swipe through, and you can see the striations in the cloud cover here suggesting that strong wind out of the northwest and these squall lines here. So Medicine Hat areas, Medicine Hat to Oyen, tricky driving conditions tonight. However, it clears up pretty quickly. For tomorrow, we're still looking at fairly windy conditions, but nothing like what we're going to get tonight, and just a mix of sun and cloud for communities in southern Alberta tomorrow. Except for, as this cold front moves through, it's going to usher in a cooler air mass that will stick around for a long stretch. -3 is our high for tomorrow. We'll be eased into these very cold temperatures because by Thursday, -13 is our daytime high, still the minus double digits for a high on Friday. And we will recover a little bit for the weekend to minus single digits for Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, thanks so much, Danielle. Well, some, like me, might be a little too shy to go outside in the cold, but a woman from Canmore, she just jumps right in. Ooh, well, that is Angela Knox this morning near Lake Louise, where it was -10. Knox stays neck down for a few minutes before getting out. As you can see, calm the whole time. She also surfs in this weather and swears by the cold water exposure, saying it helps boost her mood. She does some form of it every single day.
Once I started cold plunging, it just took over because it's something you can do for yourself, something you can do every day. It connects you to nature and beautiful spaces in the earth. It changes your relationship with the cold.
Now, before you jump on into a cold river, one medical expert we spoke to says the cold water exposure has been proven to help with muscle recovery, but says beyond that, there are really no proven long-term wellness effects. The 2026 Paralympic Games are being held from March 6th until the 15th in Italy, and today they named Team Canada's para hockey team. Glenn Campbell reports.
Oren Halbert is one of 5 players that will make their Paralympic debut at the 2026 Games in Milan Cortina. The 23-year-old from Calgary says this is a dream come true.
It means everything. I feel like this is the pinnacle of everything that I've been dreaming for my entire life. Like, I had a goal since the age I started playing hockey to make it to this level, and it's just really incredible to be able to finally show myself at a world stage like this.
Greg Westlake is the veteran on the team. The 39-year-old is going to his 6th and final Paralympic Games. Go Canada! And he says he is going to enjoy every minute of it.
So I'm really proud right now, and really just happy to go on this journey with my teammates and, my brothers. And there were so many times throughout the summer and even this year where I didn't know if I could do it. I didn't know if my body could hold up. I didn't know if I'd get through this year, get to this point. And every time I felt that way, one of my brothers there was there to pick me up and give me support and encourage me to keep pushing.
Tyler McGregor is Canada's captain, and he says this team has the right mindset to bring home the gold.
It just feels different, and there's something special about the collective group of people that we have in this locker room, that we're willing to do whatever it takes for each other. We love and care about each other, and we know that when the time comes, we'll be ready.
Glenn Campbell, CTV Sports, Calgary.
Well, good luck to all of them. A Cochrane Thrift store is making a big impact. How its charity work is creating positive ripple effects ahead. Cochrane Home Treasures operates a thrift store west of Calgary that supports more than 40 charities. The store got its start 25 years ago and accepts donations of household goods. Those goods are sorted and then sold in the store. The money raised goes back into the community, funding a variety of charities. Home Treasures says it's a win for the community because people who can't afford household items can get them cheap in store, and the money raised helps others.
In the spring of 2025, we celebrated over the 5 years. We gave out $1 million to the community. And at the end of 2025, we are able to celebrate that we gave out $398,760.
And Don Thomas says that's a new one-year record. The Cochrane Humane Society is one of the recipients of the funding from Home Treasures. It says that the dollars help fill the gaps left by grants and public donations. Right now it has more than 70 dogs and 67 cats that it's caring for, and the funding helps not only feed them but provide much-needed medical care. Lace Up Rocky will perform at this year's Stampede. The rapper will be at the Saddle Dome on July 4th. His latest album, called Don't Be Dumb, is his first in 8 years. Tickets go on sale on January 27th. And there were some impressive images of the Northern Lights last night. This video was recorded by the University of Calgary's Space Remote Sensing lab cameras across the prairies. The lights were sparked by what experts say was a severe geomagnetic storm. Very cool. All right, well, that is all from us. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.